So I'm just going to lastly talk about the health traditions that have carried into that these refugees have carried with them uh, into the United States, and what practitioners here can do to really help compensate and help these patients the most. Um, so this is just through cultural competency, and that's just the ability to how how effective different cultures can interact with one another. And obviously, interacting with people is difficult. We see that even within our own culture here in America, with what you um, here in America is just very difficult, and sometimes we don't fully understand people, even though we're all maybe born here and speak the same language and grown up together. So you can see how between different cultures it'd be even more difficult, especially with the whole language barrier and everything. Um, so the biggest things that I found that doctors could do to really help patients here um, are just some big things to understand are the modesty, body language, and communication styles between these different cultures and how doctors could best use that to help them. Um, so in many Iraqi and Syrian cultures, modesty plays a very important part in who they are. In these men-driven societies, sorry, the women are the ones who force to dress modest. Women wear pieces called ihobs. I apologize if I say that wrong, which are head coverings, and usually along with it wear an abaya. I apologize if I said that wrong, which is a long piece of cloth that covers basically the rest of their body, so only their face and their hands are really exposed. So modesty being so important for them, it's healthcare is sometimes difficult with interactions, especially if it's with a male. Since women are mostly fully clothed in the presence of a man, they don't want to be touched or even shake his hand. It's a large problem that could arise with these between these different cultures is maybe a male doctor helping a female patient and she's uncomfortable with the doctor touching her, really examining her. So that would make it really difficult for the doctor to find anything to obviously to do his job. So it'd be very important in that situation to make sure there's a woman doctor who's helping this patient out, so that there's nothing going like that, so that this patient can be treated fully. Along with that, body language plays a large part in communication, um, and how you can fully talk with these patients. Just like a small example I found is that I guess it's insulting in these cultures if you cross your ankle over your knee and display the sole of your shoe. Um, so just maybe a doctor could start off a meeting with the patient on the totally wrong foot just by doing something simple like this, with just maybe something we don't fully know or understand that we might think here in America would be silly, but to them it's something really offensive. So um, we should be aware of stuff like that and just the different communication styles. For those in Syria and Iraq, along with many other countries throughout the world, eye contact is obviously very important and something that shows and brings a lot of respect with them. However, sometimes women may avoid eye contact with men again. So we need to figure out the ways in which they communicate in these different cultures and their subcategories, and so that how we can best help people. And then these patients do enjoy it when we explain when the practitioners would explain in depth what they need to do and why and everything about it, instead of just a short synopsis like sometimes we get here in America, because they want to know everything about it, and they feel safer, more secure if it's something like that. So here are just a few things that I found that could for cultural competencies and how best practitioners could really help to um, close that gap that we have between us and different cultures in the medical field.